we look for the smallest number, and the smallest number is going to be 0.2, so we're okay with pursuing these three options. After that, the next smallest number is 0.8, so I have those two options. And after that, it's 0.801, so C is the correct answer there. The next one, we have fractions, and the best way to navigate this is to say that 3/2 is the same thing as 1 1/2. 6/5 is the same as 1 1/5. And 13/12 is the same as 1 1/12. So as you glance at this, you can see that 1 1/12 is the smallest. So we're going to start with the one with 13/12, and then 6/5, and then 3/2. So letter D is the correct answer. And then finally, the order of operations says that we do division and multiplication first as they come left to right. So this piece right here, 85 divided by 5. 85 is divisible by 5 17 times, minus 12 times 3 plus 4 times 3. So I did my division, and now I'm going to go ahead and do my multiplication, which is 36, and my other multiplication, which is 12. Now I do addition and subtraction left to right, so you do not do addition first. You do your subtraction first, left to right, and we get a negative 19 plus 12, and negative 19 plus 12 is negative 7. And that's it. So again, I just want to have you see some questions that have actually come up. If you flip back one spot, this is going to be our notes for today. We'll complete this, and then you can work through your homework. I will be here on Monday. The cross-country meet that I was going to be helping set up for got moved to Tuesday. So actually Monday will be our last lesson, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday we'll spend time reviewing, and on Thursday you'll take a short test we want everybody to do really well on. Okay? Start off with some nice straightforward stuff, have really good grades, and we'll move on to other material after that. So that's kind of the plan for next week. By the way, next week is a 4-day week. You do not have school on Friday, and then you do not have school on Labor Day, so you got a 4-day week, a 4-day weekend, and then a 4-day week. So hopefully, anybody have big plans over Labor Day? You going somewhere as a family or something? Kind of hang out at home? Kind of enjoy it. It's kind of your last breath before you say, okay, now we're really in for the school year. You know what I mean? So that's what we're looking forward to. You know, just stay at home, grill some food, maybe watch a movie, have some time as a family. Okay, ordering from least to greatest. As we look at these decimals, you can see that we have a 1 in the ones place, but after that we have zeros the rest of the way through. We're going to grab that number as the smallest, so 0.001. And we're going to say that that is less than the next number. Notice that we're comparing 0.101 and 0.11. The first number does not have anything in the tenths, or in the hundredth spot. So it's going to be smaller than this one that does have something in the hundredth spot. So 0.101. And then 0.11 does have a number in that hundredth spot, so it's slightly larger. And then that's less than, obviously, the 1.01. Usually people get this type of problem right on the test. A few people make a mistake with that from time to time, but ordering those decimals. This next one, number 2, is similar to what we just did within the worksheet. Notice that 3/2 is the same as 1 1/2. 9/8 is the same as 1 1/8. 5/4 is the same as 1 1/4. And 100 over 99 is the same as 1 1/99. So when you express it as a mixed number, it becomes easier to determine what's bigger and what's smaller. And so that's really what the question is asking within the practice test. Is it's asking you to understand how to convert it back and forth, and to be able to do it relatively quickly. So that's our order from least to greatest. I want you to try example 3 on your own and 4 on your own. Don't worry if you're confused by one of them. We're going to talk about percentages and fractions and square roots in a second, but see if you can order those least to greatest. And please don't just type it into a calculator. Think it through and see what comes up for you. Another 30 seconds, we'll go over it together. Five, four, three, two, one. Okay, the approach that I like to take here is I like to express them all as a decimal. The first one can be, or the last one can be expressed obviously as 0.3 as it's written that way. The 25%, anybody know what we do with the decimal when we see a percent? Two places, just two places. So always just two places. So for example, if you saw 4,923%, that is 49.23. A percent doesn't necessarily mean that the decimal always goes all the way to the front. It just moves two places, always two places. Okay? So I got 0.25. And then 1/5. The key here is to understand 1/5 is the same as 2/10, and 2/10 is 0.2. So trying to reason that through kind of help you out. So you can see that 1/5 is in fact the smallest, which is less than 25%, which is less than 0.30, okay? And there we have it. So we order those by just thinking a little bit about what they are as a decimal. I'm going to start over here with 3 1/3. I know that that's 1/3 is like 0.3 repeating, okay? And then 5/3, that's 1 2/3. So I'm not even going to worry about expressing that as a decimal because I know that 1 2/3 is for sure smaller than 3.3. But the square root of 7, I don't know what the square root of 7 is as a decimal. But I do know what the square root of 4 is, and I know what the square root of 9 is. The square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 9 is 3. So square root of 7 must land between those two. So I'm going to write 2 point something. Now we don't know what that something is, but it turns out it really doesn't matter. Because looking at this, I can see that 5/3 is in fact the smallest, and then the square root of 7 is the next smallest, and then 3 1/3 is the largest. And that's the method of operation. Any question there? Inu?
What is 2/3?
So if you wanted to write 1 2/3, that would be 1.6 repeating, 1.66666 if you want to write it out like that. And that could give you a decimal, but we could just leave it, we understand that this is going to be the smallest of all the three because it's got the 1 up front. Now, ordering numbers and now order of operations. I'm going to write this on the side. I don't like to write PEMDAS like this. A lot of people write PEMDAS, and I like to write it like this. PEMDAS. And the reason why is, and usually I get about 1 or 2 kids each year as we talk about this. The question is, does multiplication come before division? And the answer is no. Does addition come before subtraction? The answer is no. They have the same weighted value. You do whichever one comes first, left to right. So in this first problem here, okay, you might want to take the 50 minus the 5 right away, but don't. Focus on your order. So we do addition, and then we do the subtraction inside those parentheses. So we have 65 minus 5 divided by 15. And our 65 minus 5 gives us 60. Divided by 15, and we have 4. Okay? Complete number 2 and 3 according to the order of operations as you remember them. See if you can come up with the right answer, 2 and 3. Say order of operations is probably one of the things that people make the mistakes on the most come test time. No Jada today?
Don't know.
Should we say hi to her?
Yeah.
What would you like to say to Jada, Gina?
Where are you?
Gina says, where are you? And that's what we got from her. So. Claire, did you buy Caitlin birthday presents on her birthday?
No.
Caitlin, did you buy Claire birthday presents on her birthday? It will work out if you did because you'll never forget each other's birthday. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
Wait, do you guys know which one's older?
I am. By only a minute, so.
If you're older, she should be buying presents for you.
I agree.
I don't have the money for that.
Don't have the money, whatever, cheese pizza girl. Okay, we do the parentheses first. I've got 10 plus 12 divided by 6. I want to be clear that people might be tempted to just do the 10 plus the 12 right away because they see 22. Can't do that. You have to do the 12 divided by 6, and we get 2, so the answer is 12. The next one, the 10 and the 8 becomes 18 times 8 minus 6. Now, I don't know about you, but I would rather do 18 times 2. Take the 8 minus 6 and now do 18 times 2, but that's totally illegal, isn't it? I can't do that. The order of operation says I first must do 18 times 8. 18 times 8, I'm going to work that out. I get 4, carry my 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. So I have 144 minus 6. Grand total of 138. That's what you're looking for your answer. I'll do the next 2, and you can do the last one on your own, and we'll get to your assignment. 8 divided by 4 inside my parentheses is 2, plus, then 18 plus 7 is 25. I'm going to focus on the multiplication inside the parentheses right here. I have 2 plus 100. I get 102. And here I have 15 plus 7 is 22. And 16 divided by 8 is 2. Again, I need to focus on the parentheses. I have 24 times 2. Gives me a grand total of 48. You try the last one on your own. Don't change your answer. Mine's wrong. Where's my first mistake?
You just go left to right.
Yeah, you gotta go left to right. Notice how tempting it is to do the 5 times the 2 because you get 10, and 10 divided by 10 is 1. So that's what I did first, but that's not okay at all. So I'm going to go back there, and I'm going to get rid of that. And in fact, what you should have right away is 10 divided by 5 is going to give me 2. So it's 2 times 2 minus 6 plus 4 times 3. So then I have 2 times 2 is 4, minus 6 plus 4 times 3. And so 4 minus, that's 10 times 3. So 4 minus 30 is negative 26. So what's wrong in that step?
You did multiply.
Yeah, again, it's very tempting to see numbers that make, say, 10 or whatnot and use those together. Avoid that temptation. This is incorrect. I have to do the 4 times the 3. 4 minus 6 plus 12. And 4 minus 6 is negative 2 plus 12. And negative 2 plus 12 is 10. Better? Okay, so avoid those mistakes. They do come on up. Okay, you got 12 minutes. You shouldn't have any problem. It's just a few problems, just kind of like what you see. Grab Nunu's sheet right here. You can see it's just this front side. That's all we're looking for. Again, my goal is to not give you a ton of work to take home, but rather practice the skills that we need in class. Once you have that done, it's about 12 minutes again, and the answer key's right up here. Check that. You should be good to go, and you guys will be set to get an A+ on this test next week, Friday.